Powhattan on whatever date decided for 2024.
Before we entertain a motion to, this is already, was already approved back in March of '23. And nothing was done with it. Until I started making some inquiries after reviewing some of the minutes of last year. Was anything done about this? And now we finally got a paper here to get this thing advertised and so that we put it into effect. So that's what Tammy is going to do now. She's going to run this in the newspaper at Horton and with an affidavit and to get this approved and get it into effect.
Without a vote?
Ordinance 2024-1.
I have a question. It said deposits of 75 won't be returned if on-time payments are made. How long do they have to be made before you get your deposit back?
After last bill is paid.
Okay, I paid my bill today. If I had a deposit and I just started, can I get my deposit tomorrow?
No, I think she means last bill in town. Like when you go to disconnect.
Yeah, you go to disconnect.
Okay, entertain a motion to have this put in paper.
I make the motion.
I second.
Aye.
Who, vote?
Charlie, motion, and Shirley seconded.
Yes.
What are the dates?
The effective date will be when the ordinance is published, I would assume.
Yeah.
That's the way it goes.
Rates be effective,
Yeah.
After it goes through the papers.
passed, approved,
It would have to go and be effective,
So
when it's printed in
what
the
line
paper.
page?
After it's printed in the papers, you're like.
So we have to get the date when it was actually printed,
Yeah,
put it in the paper.
so that, be like for next month.
Right.
Yeah.
Hopefully. Yeah. And those would have to be filled in, I'm assuming.
All clear?
Yeah.
aye.
Yes, unless you have a question.
Okay, we had a motion to second. Just go up.
Shirley seconded.
Yeah, those two.
Yeah, but we had to vote right. Okay, passed. All right. Said we need to find a CPA. Has anybody looked for one?
I gave Shelley, 2 different numbers yesterday for her to call.
I hate that.
I'd like to have those numbers. Okay, and, need to approve codes of procedures. What specifically were you wanting out of that code of procedures?
The whole book,
The whole book?
yes.
The whole book. Well, I still haven't got my copy from the league yet,
Who's sending?
so we'll table that until I get a copy, see what it's about.
I brought down you and Shirley a copy of this.
The whole book?
I sent you, I brought down an effective, meeting book and the codes of procedures. I made you guys a copy when Tracy mentioned it last meeting.
All I had was just a sheet or two
Yeah, that's.
with a picture of it, but I didn't have no book in there to see what it's about.
Okay.
But, yeah, you really even have an ordinance to pass those. When we sat in the same legal municipalities and we were sitting right across from the lawyer John Goodyear, we stated that anything in those has to also have an ordinance to be passed.
attorney.
I too have one. You already read it.
There you go. Now have you there?
Oh, I know. I looked at some of it. I'm waiting to get what you pay for it.
Mr. Mayor,
Yes,
I did a little research, and from the information that I got, the procedures that's in that book, what bothered me was it seems to want to muzzle the community and the citizens of town, not going to be able to speak. That bothers me. I don't think if that's the intention, I'm not sure that's going to work.
Do you recall where you read that at?
What's that?
Do you recall where you read that at?
Yeah, I'll give you maybe a page out of that book.
Well, it's, you know the page number?
Hang on a minute.
I can't possibly read every single thing.
I think page 4 of that book, Tracy, section 10 says that,
Agenda items?
yeah, governing body member, the staff of the city may request to have an item placed on the agenda. Members of the public may not place an item on the agenda, but may have a governing body member sponsor an item.
And you're objecting to which part?
It sounds like they're gonna try to muzzle the citizens and the members of the community.
So you object to just asking a governing body member to sponsor
Yeah,
you
that's
on
right.
the agenda? I mean, that's what it sounds like to me.
If you come to the meeting and it's on the agenda, and it's already, they're talking about it, how are you gonna respond if you can't get up and say something?
Well, so part of the thing with meetings is that your community needs to express their opinion ahead of time. The council needs to give time for the community to respond in between. It's not fair to the rest of the community to just make a decision one night, one meeting.
Okay, so
And
how
then
do we
not-
know what the agenda is for the upcoming meeting?
You
Is
just
that done the day before? When did the agenda for this meeting get put out? When?
Yesterday?
Yesterday.
Yeah.
Okay,
And
so
so-
you got one day, one day?
So then you just talk to your governing body members and say, hey, we want to see the agenda ahead of that. That's a fair request.
Okay, when do you do the agenda? Who puts it together and when did they do that?
Normally, the mayor is responsible for organizing the agenda.
Okay, when did you do that, Mr. Mayor? Yesterday? You made the agenda? That's not quick enough.
that's not, the mayor doesn't make the agenda, the clerk does.
Okay,
Right,
well,
that-
whoever does it, it's not
You know
quick
what's
enough.
wrong on it.
Yeah. Which this time he did not.
Okay, well,
So,
my point is, you should not be able to keep the community or the citizens from voicing an opinion.
The other thing I'd say on that, Dale, that I think we as citizens have a right to expect from the governing body is that the agenda is not approved, it's a proposed agenda until the council adopts it at their meeting,
At that meeting.
at that meeting. So if you want to be added to the agenda, there's no reason the governing body can't add you to the agenda even that night if something comes up and you go, oh, shoot, I should be able to say something about that. And they also shouldn't be making significant decisions with only one meeting's discussion. So it should have been discussed on the meeting before, And then there should be opportunity for the public to get on the agenda for the next meeting and comment on it, or they should have a public hearing where the public can come in and have discussion.
It should be, but I don't think that's the way it works. And,
Well, I don't remember any of Luke's minutes doing stating that.
If you
I
look at
was
how.
on the council for 30 years. We never had an agenda one. We come to the meeting, we discuss what was there, if there was people in the audience, we asked what their concerns were, we took care of it, that was it.
So if
We
you look
didn't need
at,
no stinking agenda.
if you look at like how Horton has their meeting structured, which is.
This is not Horton.
Well, they have a standard public comment spot in there, automatically put in their agenda, so that even if somebody comes up last minute, didn't talk to anybody ahead of time, they've got at least a little bit of time at the beginning of every meeting, regardless of whether they got ahead of time or not. And if they want more time, then they just ask ahead of time.
Don't allow it. That new book, what he just read, won't allow that. Because he just read where it has to be, you can't do it yourself unless you have a sponsor in the committee. What if there's no one who wants to sponsor him and his issue? What's he do then? It's happens just what he says, he has no voice. That's, I think, the rub, that's the rub, isn't it?
It is, and I don't think, I don't know if this book was around when I was on, or I don't know who else in here was
It's
on.
from the League
council.
of Municipalities.
Okay, so
Dale
that's
and-
forever?
No, I spoke to John Goodyear at the league. We went down, we sat there with that guy for 35 minutes. He said that code of procedure is not mandatory, you don't have to do it, it's just an option of the city. If a bigger city, and it's mostly the bigger cities.
Yeah, in a city this size, don't, in my opinion, don't need that.
And the League of Municipalities specifically stated that it's not a law requiring
No,
for a
there's no
city to
statute.
have.
No. So we have to have it.
You got documentation from him on that?
Yes,
I wanna see it.
okay, read your hand. What's in there?
I want to see documentation that he said that is not a requirement.
No, it says that.
It's on page four.
It's in the handbook.
It's on page 4, Sean.
I don't have
Page,
copies.
well, it is then.
The comment from John Goodyear is on page 4.
No.
I think that's what he was asking for documentation of.
I want documentation.
Shirley said that they had a conversation with Goodman, and Sean was trying to verify what was actually said in that
He just quoted the
conversation.
league book.
Yeah, well, I want that documentation.
Okay, it's quoted in the league book, Sean.
Okay, well then, tell me what page.
Are you that ignorant? You can't read page numbers?
Okay, can we just
Well,
leave?
that's-
Well, tell him that.
What's in the book is not what I'm
I
questioning.
think they need some sort of standard.
I want documentation from when you guys sat down with him and he said that. You have that written documentation? That's all I'm asking, that's a question. I seen what the book says.
Okay, then
Do
why?
you have
Why are you
documentation?
arguing if you know
I'm-
what the book says?
I'm not, I'm making a point. Do you have documentation from that man saying that that is not?
The league book states it.
Okay. Alright.
So, we're not gonna approve that,
No.
okay. Budget hearing.
You all have a copy of the budget that I sat down with Carol with, and the meeting to be adopted and everything is August 5th at 7 o'clock, which is the next city meeting, so you won't have to have 2 meetings.
So we just kind of have to review it in our own time and then kind of go, do you guys kind of go over it at the meeting at all or no?
Usually everybody's already reviewed it, and then just come in and sign that thing that I have to put.
Okay, the reason I ask is if there was any questions or concerns, we can
I
ask.
should be able to try to answer.
Okay, that's what I want to know. If I have a question about this, then you can answer it. Okay.
Will this be posted for the citizens to look at?
Pardon?
If you want a copy, you can just request one, and I can give you one.
Yeah, this budget.
Okay, we requested that we find a city lawyer. I talked to one in Sabetha, $75
An hour.
per hour for work actually done. And then I know Sharon has one for Irving.
I don't know who has it, I don't have it right now.
It's over to.
Okay, didn't, probably ought to give it to Shirley.
Is it that for them too? Did you
No,
know?
he's from Matheson.
It's just. the-
Oh, yeah, I know who he is. That guy. Yeah.
And his rate would be,
I think it's 200. It was back then.
his rate would be $200 an hour. Whatever the hourly rate is in effect at the time of service. So his rate can vary.
But he also includes all his credentials. And the fact that he's worked with Valley Falls, he's their city attorney.
He said, he do what?
He provided his credentials.
Yeah?
It's on there.
And that's what he proposed.
I think it's all, I don't know, it's all any different, it's all the same. I didn't look at past the first page.
We'll have to just review and see what.
Well,
Yeah, I've actually met both Gordon Olson and Andrew Murray. I lived in Suffolk for over 10 years.
He's a slumlord.
Yeah, he is.
is what?
He's a slumlord.
He has rental property over there, it's basically slums.
Yeah.
How you gonna get an attorney and not take care of your properties? I mean.
Do you know him for a fact? Tom?
Yes, I do.
Where'd you meet him?
I met him at C&K Tire. I've done tons of work on his car, and he's a real rude jerk.
He's worse than that. He's terrible attorney.
He's very rude.
Well, the other attorneys that I talked to talk very highly of him.
It's because they don't clear us.
That he's very proficient, honest, and clear.
I was just trying to earn money to go to Haiti.
Yeah.
And what?
Likes to earn money to go to Haiti.
He's gonna take the money from you.
Well, he's
You wanna go to Haiti?
entertaining.
Last place you wanna go, hey.
You see, I hope that, it really see which way these guys are going. They've already talked about this, which attorney they want. They're not gonna.
I haven't talked to anybody about this.
No. I know you have.
Yeah, because they just saw this for the first time, wherever it's at, today.
We talked to some CPAs, and they know the mess that's going on down here already, and they said they didn't touch it with a 10-foot pole.
So where are the ones that you?
It's in my briefcase, she gave me 2 numbers yesterday.
Different Rwanda.
Okay. Is one of them making somebody?
No,
Okay.
I haven't even looked at it yet, I haven't got that far.
Okay.
Okay. Parks and buildings, do you have any comments?
It will be, the shoulder house will be rented on Saturday afternoon. And then on the 6th, or the 10th, it's going to be rented. But we may have a problem. It is 4-H week, and my granddaughter will be showing stuff, and I will not be around. So I will give him Sean's number, and he can unlock the city building that has tables in it.
The building in the park?
No, that is the Legion building.
Or are you talking about this one?
I was told that the building north of the shoulder house had city tables in it.
So you're getting mine, and it's not long.
It's not long.
No, the one right north of.
Since when?
That little equipment building?
Yeah, it's,
The equipment building?
I ain't gonna
barely
know what
stays
it's called.
shut. That last.
The only one that's locked is the one, the Legion over
The
there.
little shed.
The little thing over there, and
There's a metal one up in there.
Yeah, and it was locked last summer.
shelter.
The one next behind the,
They said
shelter
it was
house.
north of the shelter house.
Yes, those are equipment shelters, they're unlocked. They're not locked, they don't lock.
But you have a guest code to let them in.
Yeah, I got a code that if they need the, cause on the tenth, the lady said she might need a couple more tables.
Is it Raven?
No,
Jackie, I think there are also tables and chairs inside the shelter house.
Yeah, there is.
well, she was talking about she might need more.
Well, if you
Not
need
just
more,
the
tell
one
me.
set up, there are some
If
against
they
the
need
wall.
more, tell them to call me, I'll get down and let them in.
Some of them against the wall.
I know there are a lot of chairs in there, like rack of chairs.
Yeah, I know that one against the wall.
What were those dates, Jackie?
This Saturday and then the tenth.
The 10th of July.
The sixth and the tenth.
Good, thank you for thinking of me.
Okay, streets,
Nothing.
water, sewer,
I'm gonna be ordering meters and pits. We need a lot of them around town.
Yeah, my meter is bad.
You,
How many you thinking?
you get how many you want, or how many you think we need, and bring that to the council for approval before you order.
Okay.
And pits, you said, right?
Yes.
Okay,
My
Um,
pit is,
I guess mine's caved in.
okay,
mine's cracked all the way down the side.
Tracy's has completely caved in, and Joe and I were not able to read it when we last read water meters. It is just, it's all caved in, we cannot read it.
but that's not the water meter, that's
Mine is
what
cement.
they
Pit,
call it,
not
well,
sure.
The pit, yeah, the pit, yeah.
So that's why I said we're gonna order pits and meters, because I need a meter for
I didn't
mine.
hear it say Pete.
It's- it's-
Yeah, I
It
did.
said meters and chairs.
Okay, my mistake.
And I wonder
And
what
then
she,
Sean,
I actually wrote it down.
then Sean needs a meter also.
Mine's bad. It leaks.
You haven't been paying for your water?
Well, you tell me, Mr. Dale, where 15,000 gallons of water went from my house.
Well, that's a big bill.
Yeah, $200 bill. And then the month before that was 9,200.
Okay.
I don't shower that much. I shower every other day. But you got it.
Barry, what the heck?
I just need to have the council approve so that we can get cold patch, because the cold patch that's up there, we're not supposed to use.
It's no good.
Need the streets taken care of.
This is the council part.
Yeah, we know that.
Speak.
So, you want us to vote on getting coal patch? Is that what we're talking about?
Well, yeah, I need cold patch to fix the street.
Motion to order cold patch.
Do we put a budget on that?
That's gotta be.
Better have a number on it.
Benefits of streets.
I have to order it. So I'll call Marlon and see what he can get the cheapest load for.
Is there a specific quantity you have to order at a time?
I don't think so. I think you can order up to like 2 tons. But I don't think we need 2 tons.
And as little as what?
And he said you can order up a little over half a ton to 2 tons.
So it'd be the
What do you
smallest
think
amount
we
you're
need,
saying-
Barry? We
The
need-
smallest amount you're saying is a half ton?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. Can we just get, well, even if we get a ton, as long as it's stored inside, and we have some left, we have some left over, as long as you store it inside, then it's good. If you leave it outside, and it freezes, it goes.
Alright, well, I will get on the phone with him and see how much a ton of cold patch will cost. Cause he's gotta go all the way to St. Joe to get it, or Elwood.
How long does it take to get it after you order it?
God, I got the rock in like a week,
The cold patch, how long does that take?
probably about the same.
A week?
Excuse me, Mr. Mayor,
Yes.
I don't know who you're gonna have to go get this, but, the trucker or half a ton, it would be as much big bunch, and I went and got 2 ton for Jim, and it just filled the potholes in his driveway, right against the pavement. Cold patch weighs pretty heavy.
I don't remember how much that was, you did it?
I don't know.
$400.
Yeah.
I filled one pothole.
But, you know, you talking a half a ton,
Yes, Marlon delivered.
that won't fill, you know,
It won't feel much.
no,
And he has
you
no-
use more than that on the speed-up bumps.
And Marlon has no delivery fee, so.
Okay, so,
Oh, hell.
so you take, what,
What are you thinking?
ton and a half, 2 ton?
Just get 2 ton, if you store it inside, it's good.
I will get that on order tomorrow.
So there's a motion by Tracy,
Second. Aye.
Aye.
Okay, the city tractor, where is it? Luke,
Sitting on the side of the road,
where?
corner of North Center and Third Street. I wish the city would get it out of my way.
Why is it over there?
Because it was out to get repaired, and when Sean wasn't on the council, he didn't want it in his yard, so took it over there to see what the council wanted to do with it, and they haven't taken any action, and I haven't towed it and dumped it in front of the city hall to get rid of it. I've been nice and letting it sit there, and if the city wants to get it, come get it out of my way. I want it out of there. I was trying to get the city council to do something on it months ago.
If I remember correctly, you were trying to sell it then, not repair it.
I thought so the issue is that both rear rims are rusted out. And so the city either ought to fix the rims and get it repaired and take care of it, or they should get rid of it before it degrades in value anymore. That was my opinion, and they chose not to take any action either which way, so there it still sits. I think it's a good little tractor. I thought it ought to be fixed, but you ought to jump one way or the other on it, not just let it sit and continue to devalue.
It seems like you took care of that when you was mayor.
Jim, unlike you, I didn't have the executive sovereign authority to do whatever I wanted because I was the mayor. The council has to take action. The mayor doesn't have authority or power to take unilateral action from the council. The council has to make the actions. The mayor doesn't get to do things on his own.
No, but they can suggest it.
I did suggest it.
Moving on.
Okay.
I wanna ask, Kelly, Rick, do you have the letter from the post office saying it needed to be repaired?
Yes, it's in the email.
From the email? In September 5th, 23, the Legion Hall, $1,500 was approved to repair the Legion Hall. Was that spent?
What are we looking at?
September 5th, this is my name.
Well, if you don't tell us in advance, we don't know to have that paperwork with us.
The citizens don't have
Not
any
on this
idea.
council. You're my fourth mayor, so imagine all the paperwork I have.
You were on the council.
Where's this
You
agenda?
think I can remember?
She didn't, wait,
You
she
seem
get
to
his
remember
put on
quite a
there.
bit when you wanted.
See, this is
He said he wasn't presenting his agenda from what I understood.
What?
Until the meeting.
What?
I heard you was not presenting your agenda till the meeting. But I think honestly, we should know what your agenda is before the meeting.
What, so you not show up like you did last time?
You know where I was. I didn't have a choice unless I want my house flooded down Main Street. And you guys could have called me. Electronic meetings are illegal. Are
Okay,
illegal.
the city's new printer, where is it? I checked the one in this office here, and that's not the one on the invoice.
I don't go in the city office, so I don't know.
So where's the new printer? You have it, Penny?
I don't, I have my own that I purchased from the city.
She doesn't, it's not in the city room. Luke, do you have it?
Do you want me to tell you, you want me to participate in your meeting now?
You've been participating, I'm asking you a question.
Sure. Yeah, it's the fire department, where the city council had it moved.
The city council had it moved.
It was a consensus, not official action. This fire department is city property. The reason that printer was purchased was so that there would be a public access printer for the community to be able to make copies if they needed to. And that was the intent of purchasing that specific printer. The consensus was that the fire department was a more accessible location than the city has anywhere else. It is currently available for the public to use.
Only when somebody's there, right?
You know what?
Which would be the same case with.
Jim, hate to tell you this, but the fire department is on call 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, in case you didn't check.
But nobody's down there, that's the problem.
All it takes is a phone call.
Then you
Knock
take
on
2
my
or 3
door.
days.
911.
You take 2 or 3 days to get
Literally,
it
if you
done.
call the fire department
Like that.
administrative line, if no one's there,
Really don't have an administrative line, but it's just a phone line.
Well, that was purchased for the city.
oh goodness.
I believe it ought to be.
If you don't want answers, don't ask questions. It's there.
Should be up here.
So nobody can use it?
Has anybody ever used it?
Has
I've
anybody,
never
does
used it.
anybody know
I
about
didn't
it?
know it was
I
available.
didn't know that.
No, did you, Jackie, have you ever used it down at the fire? See,
It has
so
been,
it's
I used it.
kind of the,
I
well,
used
but
it.
you're related.
No, I used it to print stuff for Dwayne.
But that doesn't matter, you knew that, he told you, but he didn't tell anybody else.
Well, so it is in, the fire department is in process of getting it ready,
Maybe it needs to be moved back up in Houston.
so somebody can steal it.
Get council approval,
So-
please.
Well, it's
The
next
only
door.
people that can get in here is her and her. It's the only people that get in the room.
so you're suggesting
That
that
needs
the
to be
printer
changed
that,
also.
you're suggesting that the printer that the fire department sent up here for the city to use, go back to the fire department, and that one come back up here?
Why not?
So that the public can't benefit from having
Why
access
can't
to
they
it?
They
benefit?
can benefit it, cause
Same as down there, Tammy or Shelley or supposedly the mayor should be able to get in there.
Well.
So is that
then
process
if it's up to
available?
the
Is
city,
that
the
set
city
up?
needs
Is
to
that,
start getting internet.
I'd like to know why he doesn't have the codes already. When you became mayor, did you get the codes and the keys and whatever? When you became mayor,
the few keys that I got, I had to go get from Vicky.
okay?
I had to
Right.
call
so
her
why
up.
did
So
she
he
give it
doesn't
to
have-
you?
So when I stepped out of office, because I stepped out of office before Jim was sworn in.
Now we know.
So rather than holding on to the keys when I was not in office,
Okay.
I turned them in and left them in the city office and walked away. When I was not mayor, I did not have
So
keys for the
who
city.
made the decision not to pass those keys to where they should go? The council?
The council is, what you heard last month was Jim finally made a request and the council declined to take action. I'm watching the same thing you're watching here. I turned my keys in
I stand by
before I
it.
left office.
But you also
Doesn't bother me at all.
You have the code to get in.
I would like to know why the council has not approved,
We have codes for that, Joy.
has not,
Okay. Oh, yes, go ahead.
I would like to know why the council has not approved codes to anyone else except Tammy and Shelley. Any council member give me a reason?
I didn't want a code.
Luke does.
Yeah, but do you need to get into
Turn the
the
code
room? The
sheets
mayor
over
should be
to-
allowed to get in
Someone
any
saw
room
you come
he wants
in.
to.
That was Shelley, Luke's car.
Carol, I was practicing.
What did I just say?
I was
said,
literally
if you
not
need to
even in the
get
county.
If
I was with a partner on an ambulance that day, all day.
What day? I don't know exactly what day.
I have to go back and look, but somebody said, well, why is Luke in there?
So we can go home.
And I wasn't even here that day.
I'm gonna entertain a motion that I have access with the keys and the information that goes along to the city room. Entertain a motion.
Okay, I make the motion that the mayor have the keys and the codes.
Okay, motion been made and seconded. All in favor of the mayor having access to the city room, Lieutenant?
Aye.
Okay.
Aye.
Okay. 4. You opposed, John?
I said I opposed it.
Okay, yep, he's opposed. Okay, 4, 1 opposed, motion carried.
Just the mayor's code.
Yep.
You only need your code. You don't need my code, his code, her code, her code,
I didn't know you
anybody
had
else.
those.
Everybody has an individual code.
That's right.
Only your
I
code.
don't. I didn't even know
Yeah,
I did.
I was gonna say, I asked Tony, he said finally to me.
That's the first I've heard of it.
Give Sean a code too.
Yeah, cause he doesn't have one.
I didn't even know I had a code.
Might have to vote on that.
Pardon?
Might have to vote on getting Sean a code.
We didn't have to vote on me not getting a code.
Saying everything else has been voted on.
Sean, you need a code for what?
To get in the building. I don't even know